Hallo Back Legion en welkom bij een nieuwe part van de Stanley Parable. We zijn de vorige part in de Broom Closet geweest.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We gaan naar beneden natuurlijk. We gaan altijd tegen de game in. Gezegd, we gaan altijd tegen de fucking game in.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nee, we
He
waren bang.
considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this,
vooral omdat
he
we de hele
began
tijd
to
in
make other
dezelfde
strange
fucking dingen lopen.
observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh ja.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Ze zijn er aan het repeaten.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Hey,
he just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy.
Kijk, dat is een fijn gevoel.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float.
Whoa, game. Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
Succes.
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing? And
dat is een goede vraag, ja. Waarom is die narrator?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Hij niet een droom, maar is het wel to dream or not to dream?
Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
Ik blijf ook gewoon maar stom doorlopen.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Okay.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I'm
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the button.
Hij is wel erg fanatiek met knopjes indrukken.
It's all I want.
Als hij dat zo graag wil.
I want my apartment and my wife
hij is zoals een vrouw.
My job.
Okay.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Ja, denk het niet.
I am okay.
En zwart. Dan zijn we op dezelfde kutplek.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up.
Hey,
my name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be real. I can't hear my voice. Who am I? Who am I? And it went black.
Het is wel vet om anderen niet te doen. Wat de fuck is Mariella nou weer? Wat de hel komt dat vandaan?
Like any other. She arose,
What the hell, game?
gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of
Oh,
work.
what the fuck?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then
Whoa,
collapsed
serious?
dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Stanley.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Ja, dus je bent niet in
She had
control.
no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Rennen nog wel. Is dat het einde? Dat kan niet, game. Kijk, the end is never the end, see? The end is never the end. Onze gang is veranderd.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Ja, ik zal
he
eindelijk
entered
links
the door
gaan,
on his
game. Ik
left.
zal naar jou luisteren. Voor deze ene game.
Yet
Kijk,
there
hier
was not a
staat.
single person here either.
Get Chris out of the broom
Feeling a
closet.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Oh no, not again.
Not
I won't be
again,
part of
sorry.
this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Ja, ben klaar. Nu blij. Puur om die games te plagen. Oké, we gaan naar
Coming
boven.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ah, daar is de office inderdaad. Oeh, fancy ass office. Ik zeg bathroom. Zo. Mooie stoeltjes. Secretaresse, waar ben jij? Grote deur. Oh, damn. Damn, wat is dat belachelijk hoog, joh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Good.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Stanley kon dit niet weten.
Stepped into the newly opened
Handig, ja. Stanley kon het niet weten, inderdaad. Daar heeft hij ook wel gelijk aan. Hij zei, but Stanley could not know this. Maar toen had ik het al ingeracht. Oh, knap, ja. Die game is echt leuk gemaakt. Echt gewoon flauwe humor. En ik weet niet, daar hou ik wel van. Dat vind ik echt wel leuk. Kan ik wel waarderen in een game. Flauwe humor. Hele droge en flauwe humor.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Ja, wat de fuck doet hij daar al die tijd eigenlijk?
When for years it had never occurred to him.
Ja, dat is een goede
This
vraag.
question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh. Oeh. We komen snel achter het antwoord blijkbaar.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Mind
large door
controls.
that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? Of mind control escape? Dat is een hele lange gang. Ik vertrouw dat niet. Hij curved ook echt die gang. Dat is wel vet. Oké, we gaan escape in puur.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh ja, doorrennen.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
Don't
track.
fucking care. Echt niet.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Dood, ga open. Wacht, save. Muhahaha. Kijk, ik heb opgeslagen. Gaan wij echt dood? Ik ga overal de hele tijd tegen het L in, dat heb je wat door. Puur omdat ik het leuk vind. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, okay. Farewell, narrator. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh, what the fuck?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly
Daar is een
into
vrouwenstem.
metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body.
Oh, maar dat willen ze niet laten zien.
instantly.
Ligt niet game. Wat is dat? Daar staan maar een paar dozen. Wacht, kunnen we die dozen omtikken? Ja. Oké.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Dat is fucked
What
up.
exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Ja, dat vraag me ook af.
When
Wauw,
every path
fancy
you can
ass.
walk has been created for you long in advance.
Ja.
Death becomes meaningless.
Nice, het is de
making
maquette
life
van de
the same.
dinges. Dit is
Do you
onze
see
room.
now?
Dan lopen we
Do you
hier
see
langs.
that Stanley
Office
was
layout is
already dead
from the
from the
beginning of the
moment
game.
he hit
Power system
start?
is just the two doors is the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and added throughout development through the core layout. Nice. Dat is die andere room, dan rechtdoor en dan moeten we hier kiezen voor de linker. Normaal dan toch. Fucking vet, jongen. Dit is echt vet. Die game is echt nice. Die office, kan de deur open? Nee. Nummer 2? Nee. Nummer 3? Nee. Ah, zit er niet wel achter de deur. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and dat vak maakt andere geluidjes. Wauw. Zo mooi. Wat is dit? Office computers. Oh, patience. Computers zijn allemaal uit. Filling cabinets. Daar kunnen we niks mee doen. Wat is dit? Hier is een computer. Stanley's computer. Maar ik kan er niet wat typen. Waarom is dat Stanley's computer hier zo lonely? Nature paintings. Oké. Apart. The fuck game. Moet ik hier nou weer mee? Ja, wat is dit? De credits. The Stanley Parable credits. Written and designed by Davy Radin and William Pug. And the impeccable is the narrator. Kevin Brighting. Oké, die praat het. Oké, made using Source by Valve. Daar klopt, webmaster voor van alles en nog wat. Voice work, original music, Steam support. Ah, wel vet. The Office. Doos, een plant. Allerlei objects, maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Dit is best wel vet trouwens, dit ziet echt wel nice uit. Larger because the point of the HD remix is to lose. The point of the is to win. Am I going crazy? Maybe it's in the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How to go back? Can you check for me? More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. These are screenshots of Stanley per HD remix. Aha. Wat is hier dan? Damn, dat is je veel, joh. Fuck. Wat is dit voor developer easter egg room dan? Het is niet eens een easter egg. Het is nog het ergste. Dit is een warzone. Hey, kijk, een fiets. Bij mijn opa, dus het komt uit de Tweede Wereldoorlog. Geef me mijn Fahrradtruc. Verdammte Duitser. Dit lijkt me op een Tron room. Warzone. Early in development we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our attention. Aww. Alien base, awesome. Dat vond ik best wel vet al, dus game, als dat zo was. Die game is al nice. Wat is dit? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrative with questions. While we had initial plan to use these in further promotional materials, we never found a perfect use for them. Here is a selection of those emails. New result. Whoa, congratulations, Montgomery the lights. Why do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know, Montgomery Jones. Oké, interessante e-mails. Damn game. The Lounge. An early version of the Lounge. Damn, dan is die uiteindelijk wel beter geworden. Telefoon, nee. Wat is dit dan? De cargo lift. Wat tikt daar zo? It's functioning the same as what in the final game. Want to look more like a... Och, dat is die klok. Hier denk ik. En dit is een cargo lift na de tijd. Ja. Department time. In the previous version of choice leading to the department, a time would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Wacht, dit is misschien een achievement van unachievable. Er is namelijk een achievement die heet unachievable. En er staat volgens mij een telefoon bij. Geef mij die telefoon. Ja, dat gaat hem niet worden. Wat zie je nou moment op beleven? Wat is dit? Two options. Lounge. Obey. Main doorway to the lounge. First choice. Obey. Disobey. Ah, disobey gaat naar de lounge op die manier. Ja, maintenance, staircase. Obey, disobey, vent. Oh, we hebben ook nog een vent vanuit de lounge blijkbaar. Meeting room. De maintenance layout. Dit is serieus wel vet, zo'n room, vind ik. Of zo'n room, zo'n heel ding. Wat is dit? Sending levers. These levers were originally part of the sending. A player would pull a lever and narrator would describe what color... waarom werkt dat niet? Game. Wat is dit? Dat dan. Shooting range. Sending model. The sending went through many rumors and the first version of the ending and was thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it. Okay. This is the sending. Dus gewoon sending. The screenshot depicts an early version of an ending known as the sending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Oké, daar hebben we niks van gezien nog, game. Kunnen we hier naar beneden? Dat is gewoon naar beneden. Oh, damn, televisie. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development. Each this is first released in May. Oké. Dat is een hele mooie trailer. Ik zeg het, veel aandacht en gestopt ook. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game options. Return the menu. Escape menu. Interessant. Knopjes. Damn, jongen. Pff, ik ben helemaal verdwaald al, joh. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Ik heb nog helemaal niet gehad. Wat doen die knopjes? Knopjes? Knopje. Monitor room elevator. Freedom ending. This is freedom ending as it exists in beta. Okay. Countdown desk. One of the killers in early versions. Gewoon pleintjes. Damn joh, dit is echt gewoon vol met... Oh, hier zijn we links. Oké, dan is het goed. The office clock. Was dit de boss office? Scenes from development of the boss office. Dat is dus echt vet om te zien. Eerst hebben ze dit gebouwd zo. Kijken of tekstje een beetje kloppen. Toen dit en uiteindelijk met tekstje en al dat. Dat is wel nice om te zien op zich. Het is wel leuk bedacht zo. Om de concept art een beetje midway van de game te zetten. Nou blijf je tenminste ook geïnteresseerd kijken. Tenminste ik dan toch. Original underground part of the game. What the fuck? Kevin Bryant, the voice and narrator, recorded dialogue from the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. Damn. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. Oké. Ik wil je nou wel een keer uitgame. Mag dat? Mag ik je uit deze loom? Goed, Chinese food. I want out deze loom. Sambal bij. No offense tegen Chinees. Oké, that's it. Wat is hier dan nog? Of hebben we dat gehad? Wat is dit? Game design mock-up. Oké, interessant. Hier zijn we geweest. Dan hebben we alleen dit nog, waar we nog niet zijn geweest. 427. Stanley's offices. Damn. Oh ja, één heeft een schilderij en de ander niet. Die heeft een oude kutcomputer. Die heeft er 2 oude kutcomputers. Die heeft er maar 1 daar en wat gekleurde bakjes. Wauw. Fantastisch game. Fantastisch. Alright, we gaan naar de exit toe. Dat was serieus wel vet. Dat was echt wel nice.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oké. Doen we off toch? Uh-oh. Is nou de game afgespeeld?
Can you see how much they need one
another?
Nee,
ik zie niks. Het is een beetje donker.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Misschien als je het licht aan doet graag. Oh, kijk.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice.
Hebben we escape en quit? Nee, we hebben geen quit. Haha, fuck you.
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Auw. Don't let time. Zijn we nu dood? Nee, we respawnen. Ze zei, respawn. To restart the game vanaf het begin. Game? Je hebt me even gezegd dat Stanley niet dood kon. Hij respawnde gewoon weer in het begin in zijn eigen kamertje weer. Dan moet je wel mee gaan werken, game. Hebben we escape? Verdomd. Moeten wij echt escape quit to menu doen, game? Kunnen we saven? Ja, dat kan wel. Zwaar als we kunnen saven. Wat ga jij doen, game? Ik denk serieus dat we escape quit to menu moeten doen nu. Ik vertrouw die game namelijk voor geen ene fucking centimeter. Het scheelt alleen, ik heb opgeslagen bij escape. Dus voor dit hele gekloot aan. Ik ben alleen benieuwd wat ik dan moet doen volgens de game. Het zou namelijk ook kunnen dat je gewoon quit to menu moet doen. En dan start new game. En dan gelijk naar linker deur moet gaan. En dat je dan gewoon goed bezig bent ook hier komt. Dat weet ik niet zeker. Dus dat zullen we dan zien in de volgende part. Ik ben zeer benieuwd. Ik hoop dat je het nog leuk vindt. Als je het leuk vond, laat dan even goed een duimpje achter natuurlijk. Zet me je favorieten en delen met je vrienden. En dan zie ik jullie weer in de volgende part. Laters.